Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am just going to share this out on various platforms, and then we're going to chat about the story of brutality. More turning a blind eye. Is where are... Let's just wait for the connection to come back on. Right, we're back on. I'm just going to share this out. Bear with me, peeps. Nice to see everyone jumping on. That's good. This channel is definitely growing. Fantastico. I'm made up. Thank you for being part of this little journey that we're going. Really good. So I'm just sharing this out. Hang on a sec. We'll try and get a few more jump on. Deborah Vernon. Hello, Debs. Nice to see you. Dorothy Allen. Oi, oi. Nice to see you, darling. Kenny Mack, as always, you gorgeous monkey. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Carlos Fandango. You're the man. You're the man. Let me just share this one out, and then we'll get tucked into what we've got to get tucked into. Huge police brutality, right? Not only did they, a man that went to Hyde Park last Saturday, how dare that man of his own free will go to Hyde Park? How rude for people to be going about their lawful business. It's just so rude. You're not allowed to do that in socialistic Britain. And the police broke his hip. They tased him. He dropped to the ground. He was either mixed race or black. I'm not too sure. I didn't get that kind of a closer look up. But he never deserved that. And no one deserves that. Whatever colour we are, we're pink with blue spots. They tased him. He dropped to the ground. Next thing, this cop has gone in with the knee, the drop knees, like they're doing WWF. And lo and behold, he smashed his hip. Yeah. Poor chap's probably in hospital right now. Let me see if I can find this story. This is quite disgusting what the police have been up to in the last few days. Let me see. I've got to find the story first. It's about a couple. Here we go. Oh, that was it. So we've got one. We've got one from an individual called Serenity La Vita, which is in America somewhere, or Canada, Vancouver. I think Vancouver's Canada. Vancouver police decided to attack a 15-year-old girl on a skateboard and half choked her to death, right? This is what's going on, people. This is your law and order. This is what you have allowed. We've allowed this, right? There were about 30 when we left, and they were threatened to arrest because we asked those kids who'd been arrested. But there's 21. This 15-year-old skater girl is being half choked to death by the Vancouver police. So someone justify this. There could be a civil war, personally, going on soon. We've seen this in times gone past. History plays out this way. Whenever a state becomes too intolerant and people are copping hiding, it tends to drop into a civil war or massive... What's that noise? A massive uprising of some sort, anyway. What's that noise? Probably, it's me. It's my box, my CCTV box, which is making a bit of a funny noise there. I don't know what's going on. Vernon, Deborah Vernon, incitement. Mate, they're just evil people, right? President Trump remarked on vaccine developments. Everyone else is wearing a mask apart from Trump because he's taking hydroxychloroquine. Vaccines, Killergates, we know has got a lot to do with this. Why can't I find this story? Why didn't I find it first? I will find it. Absolutely unbelievable. The police, this is in this country, England. They've climbed a fence. Oh man, what can I find it? I will get it. Just bear with me. Let me find this story. Oh, Dominic Cummings. He's been a naughty boy, hasn't he? They think they're all above, well, they are above the law. They make this stuff up on a daily basis. And all the stuff that these put through, like Boris Johnson and all these others, one day you're all going to get the fact that it's all about money. That's all they want. Oh, well, we're going to fine people. If we catch them out in the street, we're going to fine them £1,000, whatever. Peeps, it's just all you are to these people is money. They're the devil's pit. They really are. Boris is a bigger thingy than we thought he was. This may be the downfall for him. Fingers crossed. What does Cummings have over him? So apparently Boris Johnson's now covered up for Dominic Cummings and his adventures there. BM, we've got Charlie Brown saying, welcome to the USSR, made to work all week under supposedly unsafe conditions and then made to queue up to get your food. I mean, it's gone nonsense. It's gone nonsense. But I'm trying my hardest to find this story about this couple yesterday. The police were pushing the lad's girlfriend. They had him on the ground. They've hurt him really bad, but they climbed his fence. Let's see if this feed comes back on. Let's check for the feed to connect. Right, we're back on. I'll just keep dropping this feed, keep dropping, I keep losing the connection. I do apologize. Right, we're back on. It's a dodgy tree. The reason why it keeps cutting out is because I'm looking down. Have you put your money in the meter, Dave? Yeah, it seems that way. Oh, here we go. It seems that way, doesn't it? Yeah, not bad. Thanks, Leona Wilson. Nice to see you, Leona. Thanks for tuning in. Deb Star, as always, Princess. Very, very lovely for you to be in here. Billy Thompson. Hello, Gorge. Might be worth thinking about hardwiring your router to the man cave, Dave. Yeah, you might be right there, my old Fritz. You might be right. Actually, I can do that to this router. I'll give that a go and see whether that makes any difference. Where's that lead idea? I can't find it now. I'll have a go. There's too much going on. Jesus Jones, I'm still watching you from the video this morning. It won't load for some reason. Oh, okay. Let's hope we're not being censored on here. I don't think I'm being censored on here. I don't, but who knows? Why it won't load, mate? I'm not too sure. We had a good chat this morning. We did. And for anyone that's new to the channel, this is all live. This isn't pre-recorded. This isn't glossy. This isn't me coming on here with polished teeth and polished clothes. I'm just a normal guy living a normal life. Worrying. We'll come to what part of the country this is. I'm going to read this. Oh, right for this. I'm just going to read this story. I wanted to come in here tonight just to talk to you. And the other thing as well, it's good to get this stuff documented. Just I'm going to try and hardwire this. Hang on a second, my lovelies. Just bear with me. I've got an Ethernet cable. Let's see whether I can hardwire this tin to the tin. Hang on a sec. Let's see whether hardwiring this. Have I got an Ethernet port on here? No. No Ethernet port on this, unfortunately. You're breaking up, Sonny. You're breaking up. Please, definitions from the dictionary, please. More definitions from the dictionary, please. You like my dictionary? Me old. Let's have a look. Let's show you what this is. Oh, I'm going to talk about this. What's just happened in this country from a lovely police farce. And I tell you what, the police are running a gauntlet. You are running a gauntlet because let me tell you, this is England and we don't tolerate that kind of oppression. And at some point, you're going to feel a backlash like you've never felt before in your life. You think you're hard, you think you're thingy. I tell you what, if the people of this country decide to descend on you because of the stuff you've been doing to us over the years, mate, you ain't going to stand a chance, let me tell you. And you're no violence. And I don't advocate violence, but I know if you keep pushing like you're pushing, Met Police, and you keep all your constables and that around the country keep descending into this level of violence, at some point the people of this land are going to come together and they are going to show you what violence is all about. You'll probably have your heads on poles on London Bridge, right? Now, I know this has happened before. We are a very tolerant people, but you push us too far and you take the mickey too far, first of all, there's nowhere for you people to run to, right? Unless you've got jets or something somewhere. But this ain't an island to get off too easy, right? And you want to keep backing us up. When we, as a people, decide that we've had enough, you ain't going to know what's hit you. That's all I will say. You think that you're surrounded by all these people with weapons. You ain't seen nothing yet. You should stop doing what you're doing. You should stop beating the people. You are wicked, nasty people. So, and that's the truth. They're wicked, nasty individuals. This is a modern illustrated home dictionary. This is around about the middle of the 1850s, I think, maybe just turn of the century. It's quite old. Let's see. London Daily, profusely illustrated in colour and monochrome. It's very old. It's falling to pieces, but it is nonetheless a beautiful, beautiful old book. There's a bit of magic about old books. Durf, hello, sweetheart. Nice to see you. Problem is, the UK British are globalists and enemy of the English. I agree. I don't care what someone calls themselves, whether they call themselves British, English, Chinese, Japanese, Vindaloo, kangaroo. You start kicking the people of this country too hard and your violence becomes unacceptable and every normal, everyday people decide they've had enough. Let me tell you, Met Police, Kent Police and all these others around the country, you ain't going to know violence like the people can dish out on you. And I hope that never happens. I really do. So you need to wind it in. You need to stop messing people up. So this guy, Liam Jones, last night I experienced the... Now, look, he's not had none of this, right? But last night was his first taste of the British police farce, right? Last night, I experienced the same police brutality and corruption that our country and the rest of the world is currently suffering from. I hosted 5 people over for lunch and a few drinks, plus 4 that lived on the property. Restrictions were met. Everything was lawful. Planned on ending the night around about 10 o'clock. At 8 p.m., the police officer walked into my neighbour's property and climbed their back fence, hovering over my backyard and started questioning how many people we had and to shut the music off. He kindly come off like an angry neighbour instead of an officer of the law. I said, we have 5. He said, I couldn't count more. And I said, well, some of us actually live here. He said, come out the front, mate. Mate. He ain't no mate, let me tell you. And have a chat. This officer not only spoke in a professional, justifiable manner, he spoke with emotion and aggression. I said, first of all, you don't have any right to be in my neighbour's property. He denied that. And so, again, I said, you're on my neighbour's property, climbing the fence into our backyard, and I haven't given you permission to be over here. It's 8 p.m. and the noise restrictions for Saturday aren't until 11 p.m. All he replied was, you're a Fuckingcunt. This is a constable of the law swearing at Liam. The house grew in laughter of the pathetic and embarrassment this officer was sounding. Anyway, as I was requested to come out the front within my rights, I am not required to do so, but I did anyway. They were out of their cars on the street, so I walked down the driveway and said, what's the problem? The cop ran up to me with aggression, holding a pepper can spray to my face within 1.5 meters. He told me to back off. I said, what do you mean? You came up to me, aggravating me, holding a can to my face. I stopped. I stepped back away. And he still came closer and shoved me. Next thing I knew, another officer behind me was twisting my arms up in cuffs. Without being told my rights, being told I'm under arrest, or being told why I'm under arrest, basic instinct and self-defense kicked in, and I pulled my arm back to resist, in resistance, screaming, "What are you doing to me?" The two cops with a third ready to assist threw me to the ground and shoved my head into the concrete. This is a fashionable move that these swinehunds have descended into. They love planting your face into concrete. This is a genocide, people. This is a... We just had a little break out there. So, he says, as I was being dragged around, I was like ragdolled around. I was kicking my legs, wriggling my body, and trying to move into a position where my arms wouldn't be broken as the officer kept pulling and twisting me. I tell you, these coppers are with fire. They're really playing with fire now. All these police forces and farces, whatever, they're evil. They're playing with fire. They are playing with fire. While completely immobilized, knee to my head on the concrete, a knee on my ribs, and knee on my legs, I was still pepper sprayed. My wrist is sprained and it feels like I have cracked ribs, cuts and bruises here and there on my face and arm. They deliberately kept coming back to beat me whilst I was on the ground. And they lovely people. Go to hell, coppers. Go to hell. Rot in hell. In their statement, they claim they shoved my face in the ground for COVID-19 restrictions. Oh, well done, Boris. To prevent any of my saliva. However, ironically, whilst I was pinned to the ground, another officer was screaming in my face with spit spraying out of his mouth. Ugh. These guys act in pure anger. They also claimed in their statement that they shoved me over because I breached social distancing measures. He's in his own back garden. Yet they were the ones to confront me in my face. If you're within 1.5, which has been put in place to prevent virus contraction, wouldn't you take a step back to prevent from getting sick? Yes, we would, but we know the old Bill know this is a swindle, right? They know that this is a load of baloney. They know that it's corona. Sorry, I'm passionate. This is so upsetting me. Assaulting someone instead to be the lawful thing to do. So it seems to be lawful that getting a good kicking from the police now is lawful. Whilst on the ground, I witnessed a cop shove my girlfriend twice and then throw her into the gutter. That infuriated me. I yelled and screamed that they just assaulted my girlfriend, and I copped some more knees for that. I was still in cuffs on the ground, unable to move. The constant knees to my body was simply to shut me up. People, why? I really want to swear. I really want to just descend into proper swearing now. These are evil people in uniform. They go to hell. They're going straight to hell. Let me tell you. They don't realise they're going to burn in a lake of fire. And they will burn in a lake of fire. Another female friend was assaulted in a similar manner. 4 police cars showed up. I lost count of how many officers were around, yelling at my friend, provoking them, and claiming that they were the ones confronting the police. So you get the police come out. Step back. Stand away. Coming at you. Get back. Copper assault. Now, a friend of mine in Blackpool 4 years ago, she's studying law. I think she's done a law degree, and hopefully she sues the backside off of these 2 coppers. They broke into her home, a male officer and a female officer, and they beat her up to a pulp where she passed out on her own floor in her hallway. And she said, as the lights were going out in her vision, she said, God, let me see my kids again. She woke up naked in a police cell where she'd messed herself. All my friends tried to do was grab my properties, hold my head from being smashed into the concrete, with film within their rights, and stand on the curb of my property. But this made several officers angry. They lifted me up and marched me over to the divvy van. One officer shoved his hand up my bum to throw me in, and I said, mate, I can use my effing legs, let go. In the van, an officer opened the shutter window and asked, why the F are you crying? I said, why the F do you think? He screamed back, go F yourself, C-U-N-T, and slammed it shut. They sped off around the corners, rolling me around. Behaviour. Oh, dear. Next 5 hours shivering in a cell, they sprayed that spray. The police station was, what's this? I'm going to start this feed again and call it part. Oh no, we're back on. Let me just let it go again. Around 1 or 2. Oh, here we go. I'll start again. I'll do this brutality part 2.